Welcome to episode 2. I know I promised that I'm going to use this live stream and this YouTube channel as a medium to learn how to code. And it's pretty ironic that the first proper live stream that I do is going to be me trying to vibe code my university assignment. But it's a twofold answer to why I am choosing to vibe code. The first one is I'm sort of in a time crunch and I need to complete this assignment before the end of this week. And reason number 2 is what they teach in college and what we have to deliver are two extremes. They teach us what is machine learning, but what they ask us to deliver as a project is to build OpenAI from scratch. And this time around, I'm going to try and vibe code. I'm going to try and vibe code an AI agent slash application that can fetch weather data from social media and the internet and can give notifications to the user either through email alerts or mobile alerts. But the final output, even if I can't build a project that would satisfy all the requirements, what I'm trying to achieve is to build enough so that I can scam the teachers and showcase a work that sort of works but doesn't in the back end. So for those of you who have been living under a rock, what is vibe coding? So what the fuck is vibe coding? Vibe coding is a term coined by Andrej Karpathy. And for those of you who don't know, this man with lateral male pattern baldness is the co-founder of OpenAI, and this man headed the autopilot division at Tesla. We got our first viewer here. It's my friend. Greetings, my friend. So this man over here is the co-founder of OpenAI. He was a director of autopilot division at Tesla. And if I'm not wrong, he also mentored Arvind Srinivas, who went on to co-found and is now the CEO of Perplexity AI. So this man has single-handedly destroyed the tech market for junior developers and for everybody who's trying to learn how to code and enter the market. This man is Satan in human form. And I don't want to talk bad on him too much because my future employers might stumble upon this video and one thing would lead to another and I might end up jobless. So what is vibe coding? Vibe coding, you can read the slide if you want to, but it's basically you just type a bunch of shit into LLM and be like, hey, build this cool dating site where transgenders can match with animals who are transgenders. And if you give that as a prompt to an AI tool, it would effectively throw you an app, and with the version 1 of the app, you can keep throwing the code of the version 1 into the LLM again and again to finally end with the fully production application. So that's pretty much it. We're just going to use LLM. We're going to see stuff, we're going to say stuff, we're going to run stuff, and we're going to copy paste stuff and hope that it works. So this is what I'm going to try to build today, which is an AI-driven disaster management tool, which is an early warning system for response coordination through specialized agents and predictive analytics. This is the actual pitch deck that I showed to my faculties at my university. And it sounds exactly like how companies in Silicon Valley make their pitch decks for their AI company. They just throw a bunch of words like predictive analytics, AI agents, LLMs, and the investors just throw millions of dollars at them. So this is what we're trying to build. Mostly going to be a silent live stream after a while because I have to get this over with. Um, Basically, what I'm trying to achieve here is to build an application that can fetch live weather data and social media updates on weather and climatic conditions, and can collect all those info, do some analysis, which is just a fancy word for if else statements, and just throw an output and send a notification to the user. This is what we're trying to build. And yeah, um, have a nice watch, and yeah. I have this GitHub repo that I found that sort of fulfills my requirements, but the documentation is pretty bad. So I don't want to rely on this. So I'm going to use something called as Lovable AI, which can basically at least do the user interface part of the project. And user interface is all you need to scam your faculties. Um, yeah, so let's get started. All right. So I find that the AI just throwed us a review, and nice from the looks of the user interface. It looks way better than something that I could have pulled out of my own ass, trying to code it from scratch. Even after like coding it for 6 months or 3 months, it has thrown me something that looks really good. So let's just go over it one by one. It is titled, it has named the application as WeatherWatch AI, and currently the location is set to New York, 31 degrees Celsius. Now, is this real time or is this not? New York, weather. Alright, we have been fucked. Very interesting. It says here the temperature is 4 degrees, but our application says 31 degrees. This is some weather that you would expect in an equatorial region, definitely not New York. Unless there is two New York. This is seriously wrong. Right, what if... Okay, I'm just gonna type India. Okay, 23 degrees. Last update is 6:57. The time is perfect. India. Idnia. Weather at Idnia is 32 degrees. Sort of works. I mean, so we are off by 9 degrees, but interesting. Um, um, the website looks really nice. Weather data doesn't match, but we'll put it on our to-do list and proceed with the next component, other components. So we've got AI analysis here. So critical risk level. So analysis of weather conditions in India. No significant risks detected at this time. So it is just plugging these values here into a proper sentence. Recommendation: seek immediate shelter and follow. Okay, it says no significant risks detected, but it recommends for a possible evacuation. This is some serious bullshit. And this is nice. This is nice. And settings. I don't even want to mess with this right now. Let's just go over it one by one. Alright. Just noticed some flood in India, snowy day in India, nothing unusual. Snow day in India. Very interesting. I'm sure except like 5 states here. We don't have snow here. Um lot of bug fixes must be done. Pop C commented, that's interesting. Yes, very interesting. Yeah, the analysis that it does and the recommendation that it provides are completely different. Um, so it sort of works sometimes. I can show to them that the analysis is sort of random, and it is random because there are no natural calamities happening in India. So I've made it so that it just sort of takes a random analysis and then throws recommendation based on that. Um, Let's give it one more try. Okay, this guy says authorities warn about storm, and this guy just commented contributed nothing to the conversation. This guy says just noticed some rain in India. So all right, pretty everything is fucked. Okay, this guy says emergency conditions in India. So it takes this and it also fetches this value, and it says no significant risk detected at this time, so no special precautions needed at this time. So one more, let's roll the dice one more time. Okay, now it says high risk level, and because it says high risk level, people need to stay indoors and away from windows, prepare emergency supplies, monitor local weather updates frequently, detected potential high risk conditions. It can fetch whatever pops here. But the thing that pops here in and of itself is wrong, because the actual weather in India is not 15 degrees. Or could it be? So what if I type places where it's 15 degrees in India? Leh, Rotang Pass, okay. This sort of works. Did it give you the source file for the weather data? I don't know when you commented that. Uh, I should probably toggle some sound for chat. It did give me source code for the entire code. Alright, so let's see. Or is it just spewing garbage because it doesn't know any better? Because when you type something like India, it's a pretty huge region. So if I type something like let's say Bangkok or something like within India or something, Delhi maybe. It says 39 degrees in Delhi. We are pretty near. It throws an output that's very close to the actual value. Now this is wrong. This is extremely wrong. It says it's snowy in Delhi. All right, so the weather data seems to be random. I want you to fetch the current data, but the problem is if we fetch the current data, the problem is if we fetch the current data during the presentation, I really need to like search which places on which regions are having a critical level. I want you to fetch the current weather data every time. Hopefully this works. I'll help you modify the weather service to fetch data instead of random values. Oh, I am not getting a job out of this. I'm not getting a job by doing this. But it's pretty amazing how it can spin something really quickly that seems really convincing to people who are outsiders of the tech industry. I mean, you can just show it to a random person on the street and he would trust you on your words with this user interface. I've updated the weather service to fetch real data from Open Weather Map API instead of generating random data. I've also fixed the type error by adding critical to the emergency level type. To use this fully, you will need to replace your API key in the weather service to actual. All right, so by signing up at Open Weather Map, okay. So I gotta replace the API keys. I'm gonna give a quick test without the API keys, and then we're gonna generate an API key. 4 degrees, that is again, it's not right, but alright, let me try replacing the API key. Alright, where's the code? So we need to go to weather service dot typescript file, and then we need to go to weather service dot typescript file and change the API key. Weather service dot ts file and my API key. Alright, how do I generate an API key? I need to go to this website. Open Weather Map, never heard of the website. Let's remove the ad blockers for now. And alright, it asked me to create an account. I really hate captchas. God damn. All right, we are in. Um, how and where you use your API for my news channel? I'm sure I'm gonna get a crazy bill if I do this, so not gonna share the info. Balls, bro. Um, API keys. Very interesting. This could go really wrong if I have a lot of viewers because people can just steal this key and then really make my life miserable. So I have this key that I'm gonna copy. I'm just gonna paste it. Over. I have already stolen it. Interesting, my friend. Could have gone really wrong if I had like a Chat GPT Pro or something else that I'm paying for, and I've created an API key for that. Okay, it doesn't allow me to edit the code, and it wants me to set up a sync with GitHub in order to update my code. Alright, I will do that. Hopefully I don't dox myself. Um, Trying to think whether I want to authorize it for my actual GitHub repo. Let me just create a new GitHub account. Create a quick account. The address is either invalid or not verified. Oh shit. added my API key, and after creating a dummy GitHub account, it's, um, just give it a one more shot. Okay, that did not do anything. It doesn't know a place like Mumbai exists on this planet. Now the weather, it doesn't display any weather because it cannot fetch info from the website. So we have de-evolved. Now the website can't fetch weather from the openweatherapp.com. All right. All right, we have gone back. Um, I have added the API key, but now the weather does not. Weather widget is broken. It does not change when I change the location. Anyways, the weather widget should update now correctly when you change the location. I've made the following improvements. Disabled caching and API request as this was likely alright, and fix the TypeScript error by properly adding critical. Okay, this could have been the reason. The cache could have been the reason because it has stored whatever is there previously and it does not know that I've added my API key. Very interesting. It even shows the weather in decimals, but is that true? Openweather.com, open weather map. Is this true? New York. Please be true. It's sort of true. It says 44.6. It is 5. Alright, I guess it works. So, something else. Let's see. Okay, Cuba has serious issues. So let's go Santiago de Cuba. I'm gonna type Cuba. And around 4 degrees, or I guess 24s. I'm gonna type flip. Cuba 26.56. I guess it is accurate, sort of accurate. Boom. That's how you wipe code. Let's go to which place is really fucked up right now. Alright, whatever this island is, it's seriously fucked right now. And nice, yes man, it's pretty nice. Okay, Panama is suffering a bit. San Cristobal, I have San Cristo. Okay, it's Venezuela. San Cristobal. 19.32. Does work. Awesome. So it does work. Okay, it says no significant risk detected at this time. Alright, what if I keep rolling the dice? Does it change? I just want this real-time data to work. I don't care about the risk analysis actually. The risk analysis can be random, and I could just say to them that the reason I've made it random instead of accurately getting the risk level is for the sake of presentation. So let's roll the dice a couple times. Does the risk level change? Okay, just notice some nice weather. Just notice some hurricane. Does change. It does change, so that's pretty good. It is awesome. It's cool and scary at the same time. It's cool because my project is done. It is scary because doing this will not fetch me a job, and AI can write better code than me, or AI can write better code than the junior developers at least. Email notifications. One final test with the email notification, and I guess we can end the stream after it. I've been streaming for 1 hour and 7 minutes. Enable email. And do Ohio. Alright, my friend. My one single viewer. Let's try Ohio. There's 2 places. One it says -1 and one it says 2. If our app pops Ohio and then it's working correctly. It is working correctly. 2.34. This is at random. This is random. And I could just tell to them that for the sake of presentation, I've set it up randomly. Now I gotta test whether The email notifications work. Yes, it's really nice, my friend. It's awesome. So, daily summary time. Um, well, the time is 7:30 right now, so maybe you can give it a 7:40 p.m. And recipient mails. Just gonna give a temporary mail of mine. It says notification will be sent to one recipient. So I'm just gonna keep switching locations in the hopes that the location data, the results get. I'm gonna keep switching locations in the hopes that I get email notifications. I probably need to switch off my ad blocker. Let's go. Let's go Dublin, Ireland. Um, let's go Berlin, Germany. Let's go Munich, Germany. Panama. What else? Let's go someplace Japan. Okay, let's go Tokyo and Kushiro. From never heard of the place, so let's go Tokyo. And now let's go Kushiro. Now hopefully I get email notifications because the time is 7:41 right now. If this works, I'm gonna switch to MBA instead of masters in computer science. All right, I have not received emails. Flip. Oh, every time I hit search, the email notification, my email address gets wiped out. Oh, all right. Oh, wait, I was looking at the wrong preview. I have not received any emails, so Um, Time to wipe code once again. Or maybe I can just keep hitting refresh. Oh, let's see, do I get a mail? I do not. But I guess we can call it a day. We can call it a day. Maybe I can go work on some actual productive stuff off the stream, and because this is pretty good progress. Yeah, we'll call it a day, and I'll go work on stuff that's actually productive off the stream. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you Popsy, for tuning in, and thank you Vinay Verma for tuning in. Good stream, man. Yeah, thank you, man. I know you're typing it for the sake of courtesy, but yeah, thank you. We'll call it a day. This is pretty good progress, and maybe a day or two later I can actually learn some stuff. Yeah, we'll go watch Minecraft movie after this.